Alrighty guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Love for Cardboard. It is the Cardboard Man Matt here. Let me give you an update on the Haunted Cardboard Creation Lizzie Borden house. The entrance is just about finished. I got all of the windows and all of the trimming painted. I'm just about to finish, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. So hold on one second. Okay, so here we are. I was just getting ready here to finish painting the trim, and you might as well watch some of this process because it's kind of fun. You got to be super careful on these edges here, you know, and having a camera in hand is probably not the best thing. But since I live alone, I don't have anybody to film for me. And I gotta do all of this work by myself, right? Yeah. Okay. So, one thing that I forgot to mention in the last video, I did test my paint that I had made when I was mixing the colors. And I determined that it was way too gray because I had green, black, and white. And it just made the dirtiest, darkest gray that really didn't reflect the house. So I ended up adding some yellow to the mix, and that really popped that green right where I wanted it. Sorry if the camera's not focusing in on my work. I gotta kind of focus on painting, and I kind of gotta realign the camera lens so that it's focused on the brush. And I'm sure when I see this better in the daylight, I will find some areas that I missed. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be really careful on this edge here. This crown molding. Don't you just love crown molding? Making crown molding is fairly simple and easy. It only requires, you know, different pieces of cardboard stacked on top of one another. Just offset a bit, making sure, though, that the back is even with the piece that you are working with. The front must be offset, not the back. It makes sense, right? So now this is going to be a little bit more tricky here because I gotta get right in this stupid little area here, and normally I can. Let me see. That look pretty good. You really need to have an awfully steady hand to do this kind of stuff, you know, because for me, my hand's really not the steadiest. It's that stupid familial tremor type thing, right? Well, it hasn't failed me yet. Okay. I gotta watch where I put my sleeve here because I don't want... Yep, let's get this right where it needs to be. Sorry. Yeah, and besides familial tremors, there's also carpal tunnel syndrome there that's working in with the mix. So, you tend to not have these kind of problems. See, there's a couple areas that I didn't paint yet. You tend to not have these problems when you're still young. And when I say young, I'm talking about early teens, late 20s, and even younger. But I'm 37 years old, and to some of you people that are watching that, you're like, oh God, he's just a baby. You know, well, that could be true. But I do have some hand problems from all of the work that I do, you know. And, not proud of that, but all right, let's see where I'm at here. I can't stress to you how careful you gotta be when painting this. Because I'm working around, let's see, spray painted cardboard. And if I screw this up, that means I gotta spray paint that whole damn piece all over again. Excuse my language on here, but I'm sure you've heard worse. But I don't want to have to do that because I've already invested an entire day's worth of work. Okay, so I always try and do my best to not mess this up. Okay, let's see, look at that in the light and let's see if I screwed anything up on that. There's just a few little areas here that probably could get touched up a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, that makes that work done. I don't have to go back to that. Now I gotta turn this cardboard around here. Now, what really works best for me is some feather fill. You see those areas right there where there might have been just a little bit of gap? I put a little bit of drywall feather fill in there, and that usually just disappears as soon as I start painting. Let's get a bit more paint. And coming in here. Oh my goodness, what happened to that area, huh? Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty neat. Looks pretty nice. Now I gotta get those two little pieces right in here too. And get those all taken care of. And basically what I'm doing is I'm kissing the other section of cardboard with the brush, just lightly kissing it. I'm not applying too much pressure, because when you apply pressure, then the paintbrush fans out, and then you end up with a whole nother set of problems on your hands that you don't want to deal with. And believe me, you know, I've been doing this now for a few years, and if I could show you some of my earlier projects that I've done, you'd be like, man, Matt was a terrible artist. But see, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. And I would never want to display my earliest houses, because they, like I said in my very first video, those houses were so uneven. I used recycled cardboard, so there were all kinds of lines and creases from the cardboard being smashed. And then when my friends and family found out that I was making cardboard houses out of recycled cardboard, everybody would say, I've got lots of cardboard for you if you want it. Well, it saved them a trip to the recycling center. But it didn't really improve my houses that much. So, let me put the camera. Okay, there is that. And now I'm going to prop this up so that you can see what it looks like. Hold on one second. Excuse me. That was my X-Acto knife on my foot. Thankfully, it landed on its side and not vertically. Oh, what a day it's been, you know? So, let me flip the camera back around and you can see that nice entrance there. And there it is. Yep. It's coming along. Pretty darn good. And as proof that it is indeed a Home Depot cardboard box, I will turn it around for you so that you can see the other side. No magic tricks. It is a Home Depot extra large cardboard box. Now when you buy these boxes, don't buy the heavy duty ones. I'm serious about that. The heavy duty boxes they're double the thickness of the extra large. So you don't need that, you don't want it, and it really makes short work of that X-Acto knife, because your blade is going to dull so fast and your arm is going to be so tired, because those heavy duty boxes, they are super thick, double thick. And yeah. Yep, you don't need those. Just get the basic extra large boxes. Those work the best. Or if you have refrigerator boxes or any kind of moving boxes that have never, ever been used, they haven't been built, they haven't been, bent in any way, shape, or form, those are the best. So yeah, let me show you the rest of the house here. Now that it's all painted up, I'm going to switch it down to the floor so that you can see it. Hold on a second here while I get these out. I just had to get them all lined up here so that you can have an idea of what you're looking at. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. There you are. Separate those there so that you can see the difference. You'd be like, wait a minute, that house does not have 4 floors. Well, you're right. But there it is. The replica Lizzie Borden house. Ready to go. Tomorrow, I'm going to have some extra time. I'm going to paint up the double-hung windows white, and then I'm going to paint the inner portions of the double-hung windows according to what the rooms would be in the real house. And then once that's all dried, then I can show you how to apply the artificial wavy glass. Okay? All right, that's it for today. Bye.